Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I am Dalton. This is Arms and Farms, the Footlong Farmer YouTube channel. Today, to start off my day, as you can see, I'm at a gravel pit. We have to stock up on stone for our driveways before Grandpa gets home. So Grandpa will be home in a couple weeks. And one of the things he likes to do in the spring is he takes the skid steer and the loaders around and just fills all the potholes, which there's not a lot, but just gets the driveway in pristine condition going into spring. So that way when we get into hauling silage, hauling manure regularly, all that kind of stuff, the driveways are really good, really smooth. Everything is just neat and tidy. But while it's really cold out, again, today we're in the lower 20s, it's just a perfect day to hop in the truck and stock up. Probably gonna get 6 or 7 loads. I might also get a load of bigger stone. There's a spot up by our small lagoon. It's got a culvert pipe and it's kind of a dip. You can get through there with equipment, but I would like to fill it up so it's level. But these crusher run 2s is a little bit small. So I might get 1 load of that bigger stuff for that area, but yeah, that's what we're up to. It's always fun coming to these gravel pits, seeing the big equipment. This one doesn't have quite as big as the other pit we go to. We will be going to that one this afternoon, I believe. I got to get a load of screenings for underneath our calf hutches. That's just a really small stone. Some people call it stone dust. This pit doesn't always have it. So sometimes we have to go to that one. That's a big pit up there. That's a stone quarry. This is a Cat 972. That pit up there usually runs like 980s or 988s. Is 988 a number? I don't know. They're the real big ones with off-road trucks going all over them. So we might get up there this afternoon too. But for now, this pit's only a few miles from home. So this is where we're going to get the crusher run 2s from. Headed back down into the pit now to get my second load. We're switching to 1-inch crusher run. That load of 2s, I don't know if it's just my eyes or what. It looked a little bigger than usual. So we don't want it too big. That doesn't fill quite as well. It doesn't pack into the potholes. Now if we were like building a new driveway, that stuff would be perfect. But looking for something a little bit finer. So the 1-inch crusher run's actually the pile that they're crushing right now. That whole pile there is 2s. So we're just going to back up to that pile and have them load us out of there. Looking at that pile of crushed 2s while I'm getting loaded here, it looks closer to washed 2s than crushed 2s. I mean, there is some fines in there, but I don't think I'd mind it as much if there's a little more fines, but it's pretty washed looking. So the stuff over here that he's loading is definitely looks much finer. So yeah, we'll give it a shot, see what happens. So when I first came for the first load, you weigh your trucks in. You only have to do that once per day. And then we weigh out every load, obviously, because they do charge by the ton. I don't know if there's a difference in price between crusher run 1s and 2s. I wouldn't think there would be, but who knows. I get 15 ton on a load. That's what's legal for this truck. I would love to be able to get 20 ton because that's, like I said, when we haul grain corn and stuff, we're hauling 22, 23, like we're way overweight. But they do have our registrations in the office and they will not overload us, which is probably for the best. So we get 15 ton on a load, not overly big. It's like 2.5 payloader buckets, but yeah, they got all their old equipment over there lined up. I don't know if they've ever sold anything that they used to use, but it's pretty cool to see some of those old girls chilling there. So got another 966M hanging out over here, and got their old shop over there. It's a fun place to come. Honestly, I think a gravel pit would be an excellent investment for a farm, especially with employees like we have on rainy days or throughout the winter. There's times like that. I mean, it's kind of another thing that we're all capable of going and doing, and peel some topsoil off, run a crusher, screens, stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, obviously you wouldn't need to get big, but even if you just had a gravel pit and supplied your own gravel, that would be a pretty fun investment, really. But I don't know. I'm sure there's more that goes into it than I know of. I know you need permits, mining permits, and all of that kind of stuff to do it too. So I'm sure there's more paperwork and headache than what the blind eye sees, but I do think it would be kind of a fun little way to broaden your gosh, why can I never think of the words that I'm looking for? To diversify, there's the word. Be a fun way to diversify a farm would be to own a gravel pit, I thought. So gosh darn it, these white hairs are insane. I'm getting old. I'm freaking old. So there's your side-by-side comparison. Obviously on the left is that number 2s, and on the right is the number 1s. I think those number 1s are definitely what we're looking for patch and driveway. Just like you see this little like wet spot right there. It's not a big deal. It'll dry out, but you take just a little bit of that stuff there, you put it in there and smooth it off. Once obviously the water's out of it, I think that'll really help just level stuff out. And for that one load of number 2s we got, it'll work fine. You can see right here, like this, when we built this barn, this was all grass, so we had to build that whole thing out with 2s. And you can see it's kind of bigger stone. Works fine, but I don't know, I think those number 1s, when the driveways are dry, those number 1s work a lot better for patching in potholes, or like right here along the edge of the concrete apron. That's one thing you never want to see. You don't want the concrete higher than the driveway. Over time, that'll you know, either work the edge or bust it out. So we like the stone to be just a tad higher. So we'll take a little bit of stone and kind of go around the outside of that. Same thing up here by the road. This really is annoying with the manure truck. That corner right there always has a pothole. So when I'm spreading, I like to pull in or put a little bit of stone in that hole, just so when I'm pulling in and out of the farm, you're not slamming and banging that truck. Really helps save your springs and suspension in general. I don't know what these guys are doing with this line. I don't know if that's power line, electric line, or internet line, or what that is, but they sure been working at it a while. Boy, I tell you what, some of these businesses, they really spend a lot of time in a small area, you know, putting these wires up and stuff. Speaking of which, the state is back out here again today. Was it a month or 2 ago, I was complaining when I was hauling corn about the fuel spill that they had. They've been out here 2 or 3 more times since then, and they have the road shut down yet again. I don't know what they're working on today, but it's that same spot. Absolutely insane how much money they must have spent for that 50 gallons, 60 gallons of diesel fuel that spilled into the creek. You guys probably can't see it. Just over the hill there, they're down there working on it again. Just absolute insanity. It truly is. These 2 fields here are some of our wheat. They're really coming to life now. Really looking good. There's a piece of plastic out in that one I have to go get. Wanted to show you guys right up over this hill here is where our truck shop is. Well, not our truck shop, where we take our trucks to get fixed. And he's building a brand new shop. So that is really exciting for him and for us. That adds base for him and should allow him to get trucks in and out a little faster. You can see the size of this new shop here compared to his old shop right there. That's a major size difference. I think he was just renting the shop that he's in now, I believe. I don't honestly know, but that's super exciting for him. Get a big new shop, more bays, bigger bays. So yeah, it's always exciting. And things are greening up. Even though it's freezing cold, it is nice when you can see things coming to life. I rolled my lawn last night in the snow. I wasn't really in the snow anymore. We had snow yesterday morning, but I was literally in a Carhartt winter hat and gloves, but I just needed that little bit of therapy, getting out and doing something outside of my house when I got home. So we hooked up the roller and we went to town and had to go around the wet spots, but it did feel good to get, my lawnmower is my happy place, I tell you what. So that was pretty fun. Nice Peterbilt. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. it's 11:45. Lunchtime about 15 minutes. I wouldn't be able to get another load before lunch. So I ran Tyler down here to George and Swedes. Our loader needed like an in-depth service, like axles and all of that kind of stuff. So ran him down here to bring that home. We could have done it, but stuff like that's just easier to let the professionals do it, especially because again we're talking about a 2-mile ride down the road. You just take it down to them and let them go through, do the DEF system, clean out and all of that stuff. But those of you guys not familiar with Hyundai machines, they are just absolutely great loaders. They got the Cummins motor in them. They're simple, they're relatively problem-free. I shouldn't talk too loud just because, but the old girls, I mean, like that one, still the Cummins motor in them, but I see a lot of them still out running. Even our old one. I also deal Yanmar. I have zero experience with these Hyundai skid steers, although I am intrigued. But yeah, pretty excited about getting that loader back and knowing that that is fully ready to rock for spring. So those of you guys who don't know about Hyundai loaders, they're relatively cheap. They got the Cummins motor, and they're dairy farmer approved. A lot of farms around here run them. A lot of towns, municipalities, whatever you want to call them. Even the state has some. Like, they're just really, really good loaders. George and Swede out of Pavilion, New York is our dealer for them. So yeah, if you're looking for just a good problem-free loader, reach out to these guys. They also, I don't know why I didn't mention, they also deal link belt. This is where we get our excavator from. So should have pulled out in front of him. That would have made a little more sense, but now I'm gonna pass him. All right, well, we are running out of time here in our day, but got my last load of stone I'm gonna put up here at our bin farm, the Wellman farm where our bins are, just because, throughout the year we do get potholes. There's probably potholes right now, but it's always good to have a load up here. And then I am going to run and get a load of stone dust for under our calf hutches. I am running a little bit late though. They told me I got to be in the pit by 3:45. That's up in Stafford, which I believe I can get there in, I don't know, 25 minutes or so. So hopefully this goes all right and I can get this dumped off and get there before they close, because it would be irritating if I get there as they're shutting their doors, which I have done before, by the way. That would not be a first for me, and there's nothing more irritating than that. So we're gonna get this dumped off quickly and get back out of here. I'm gonna get pretty close to this auger here. Gotta make sure I don't hit that, but nice to tuck it out of the way so it's not in the way of the driveways. Looks like we're gonna miss the auger, so we'll be fine. Well, I'm like level 10 ticked off right now. I just got up here. They said they're closed. I said I just called half an hour ago. You said you guys are open till 3:45. The office is open till 3. I said, no, you guys told me I had to be back on the scales loaded by 3:45. She said, well, maybe that was one of the other pits that you guys, maybe you called the wrong pit. I said, I called Heidelberg Materials, Stafford. I don't know who you spoke to, but no, we closed down at 3:05. It's 3:20. I'm a little upset. A little bit upset, but what are you gonna do? So, looks like we're gonna get that stone dust another day, I guess. Live and learn. Got ourselves an Agco. A big old Hydro Push coon. Out there getting rid of some pack manure. Finished the day out here. We're taking one of our farm vehicles over to the Rob's class in Warsaw there. Got a cracked windshield on our service truck, and that's the truck. Again, I've been bringing Grandpa up a lot lately. That's the truck that Grandpa drives when he's home. So we better get on our horse and get that fixed. So as I say that, we're now going to slow down to 30 miles an hour behind a load of logs. I still can't believe that gravel pit was closed. That makes me so irritated, but what are you gonna do? On a positive note, a lot of you guys have been commenting about the hats. I just put in an order for 30 hats, just because I didn't want to spend a ton of money before I know how many of you guys are gonna want one. But yeah, I put in an order for 30. Let me know in the comments, guys, do most of you guys have Venmo? Because as far as how to purchase them and all of that, all the websites that I have found, again, comment if you know of one that I haven't found, they charge a monthly fee of like $50, $60, stuff like that. So between the hat and the shipping and then the cost of a website, like I don't think I'm going to sell enough to make it worth the website yet. So I was thinking if there was a way to order them via, you guys email me and we could Venmo, something like that. Or let me know if you guys know of a website that works. Here, I'll show you guys the hat a little better. That's what it looks like from the front, but it just got the Footlong Farmer logo on it. It's a Richardson 112, black in the back, snapback, gray in the front. I'm waiting to hear back. My wife was gonna call and figure out the shipping, but I think we're gonna sell them for $30, guys. Between the hat and that should cover the shipping and all of that, they'll be $30 a piece. Unless I find out shipping costs less than I'm anticipating it, which usually things don't cost less than I anticipate, but we'll figure that out. So let me know in the comments if you guys know of a website that doesn't charge, or is Venmo just as easy for stuff like that? I don't really know. And like I said, I don't know. I might not sell much any hats at all. I don't really know, and I don't want to invest thousands of dollars into stuff that's just going to sit in my house. Some of my buddies who have channels who do sell a lot of merch have actually gotten away from that kind of stuff altogether, and they only do pre-order stuff. So yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, about websites and your thoughts on Venmo. All right, well, we got that truck dropped off. Put my name in a drawing for a giant chocolate bunny for Easter. It's pretty sweet. Field of our triticale. It's definitely greening up, but you can definitely tell it needs some food. So I really hope we can get something on there. Hopefully it dries up here relatively soon, because that stuff's really hurting. This is a field that we spread and we plowed in the fall, so it'll probably be one of the first ones that we plant. That's a wetter field though, so. But neighbors are down here spreading, so actually looks like they're injecting. Yeah, I got a pair of spreaders down here going at it with two. Getting right after it. Big hell yeah. Kind of blocking the whole road here though. Correction, going at it with 3. That's how you move manure. Put a couple 500 horse Challengers and 500 horse Versatile on 3 big Noon tankers and just go at it. Well, the injectors do a nice job. Same guy's drag line behind my house 2 days ago. They can really move some manure, let me tell you what. They rolled in, it was probably 1 o'clock in the afternoon, because it was after I left for lunch. They rolled in, and they went till, I don't know, 6 o'clock or so. Next morning, that pump was screaming when I left for work at the morning. It was like 6 o'clock, and I heard the dragline pump running already, saw the light bars, and by the time I got home from for lunch that day, they were all done. And it's not a small field, so, but I mean, they've got a whole fleet of trucks and separated manure. They're not dealing with sand, and dragline's just such an efficient way to move manure. So, but yeah, you can see when they're not pumping at the dragline, they keep the trucks busy. The trucks are always doing something. So if they're moving fields or something like that, they fire up the tanks and they get right after it. Really know how to do it, but oh well. Anyways, guys, we are on our way home. Daughter's got karate tonight. We got stone moved except for that one load, which I'm letting go. I'm just letting it go. Just letting it go. I don't know how you're supposed to know their hours. I guess just go up when they claim they're open in the morning and not risk their end of the day hours. I'm letting it go. Sorry, I keep going down that rabbit hole because I was really naughty word about that. Naughty word that starts with an F and naughty word that starts with a P. I was really that about that situation. But we are done. Done getting heated over that. We're headed home. Thanks for watching, guys. I know this is a farming channel. We're just moving stone, but it was a really nice day. It's a beautiful day. It's 41. It's sunny. I was happy with it. I was happy to get that done. One more spring job checked off the list. Check, except for that one load, which we're not going to talk about. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Views are always appreciated. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.